So first coming to the syllabus involved in this corrosion. First we are going to discuss about introduction, how the corrosion of the metal it is observed. Second one, we are going to discuss about types of corrosion. Next, we are going to discuss about factors affecting rate of corrosion. Next one, we are going to discuss about the types of wet corrosion, in which we are going to discuss about differential metal corrosion or galvanic corrosion. Next, another one is differential aeration corrosion, in which we are going to discuss about two typical examples for the differential aeration corrosion. One is a waterline corrosion and another one is a pitting corrosion. After that, we are going to discuss about corrosion control methods. In these corrosion control methods, we are going to discuss about three types. First one is a galvanizing, second another one is an anodizing, next one is a cathodic protection. These are the three corrosion control methods we have in your syllabus. So this is about first one, that is syllabus included in corrosion, and this is the syllabus included in metal finishing. So the metal finishing, it is in a continuation of this corrosion. It is also one of the method used to prevent the corrosion of the metal. So in which first we are going to discuss about technological importance of metal finishing. Next one is principle of electroplating process. Then one example for metal finishing process, that is electroplating process. Next another one for this electroplating, one example, that is electroplating of chromium, in which two types of coatings we are going to study. One is a decorative coating, another one is a hard coating. So after this, we are going to study another one type of process used in metal finishing, that is electroless plating process. In this, first we are going to study the principal components or composition of electroless plating bath. Next, we are going to study two examples for electroless plating process. One is an electroless plating of nickel, another one is an electroless plating of copper. After that, we are going to study at the last the difference between electroplating and electroless plating process. So this is the syllabus included in module 2, that is corrosion and metal finishing. The first one is in a corrosion, second one is in a metal finishing. It's a clear? In which coming to the first one, corrosion signs. So before going to a corrosion, first coming to a ore. Can anyone tell me what is ore?
Raw materials.
Ore, it is defined as it is a naturally occurring substances in the form of oxide. It is called as an ore. Whatever the substances it is obtained naturally, that type, whatever the substances obtained naturally in the form of oxide, that type of substances called as an ore. For example, hematite ore, pyrolusite ore, magnetite ore. See, these are the some examples for iron ores. So in which iron it is obtained in the form of ferric oxide. So generally what happen? So first we are extracting ore from the earth crust. Whatever the ore it is obtained, once it is subjected for metallurgical process, we are going to get metals. In which whatever the metals we are getting, once that metal it is used for several purposes, like in fabrications, in the case of construction materials, in engineering, etc. So in which whatever the metal we are using for several purposes, in which once that metal it is exposed to the surrounding environment, in the presence of air or oxygen, and another one is in a moisture or due to other gases, moisture or due to other chemical substances, that metal surface it undergo chemical reaction or it undergo electrochemical reaction with the surrounding environment. There is a loss of metal, it takes place by the formation of oxide layer. So in which whatever the process involved in the loss of metal or destruction of metal or alloys, it is called as a corrosion. The word corrosion, it is defined as it is a process of destruction or deterioration or loss of metal through surrounding environment by chemical or electrochemical reactions. It is called as a corrosion. For example, see here there is a different metals are showing. These are the different metals which is used in several fabrication or in construction field or in any other engineering field we are going to use. Whatever the different metals we are going to use in a different process, in different engineering process, once these metals it is undergo reaction with surrounding environment, there is a loss of metal, it takes place in the formation of oxide layer. So these type of loss of metal due to the reaction between surrounding environment, it is called as an corrosion. See here, there are different metals are showing. See in this one, there are two spoons is there. It is made by using in a silver. See in one spoon it was very clear. In another one spoon there is a black color. It is appeared after some times. Once this spoon made by a silver, it is exposed to surrounding environment after some times or after some days. It undergo chemical reaction with surrounding environment in the presence of air or oxygen and moisture. There is a formation of this black color appear. This formation of black colored precipitate indicates the loss of the silver metal, that is due to the formation of silver sulfide. Whatever the silver metal is there, once it undergo reaction with hydrogen sulfide gas in the atmosphere in the presence of oxygen, there is a formation of when a silver sulfide oxide layer takes place. So whatever the silver oxide sulfide layer formed, that silver sulfide layer indicates the loss of silver metal. Or you take another one example, that is in a copper coin or any copper materials. So once in any copper material it is exposed to surrounding environment in the presence of air or oxygen and moisture, there is a formation of these type of green precipitate takes place on the surface of the copper metal. Here whatever the green precipitate formed on the surface of the copper metal or copper coin, it is called as a corrosion. So these green precipitate, it indicates the loss of copper metal. So these type of process involved in the either loss of metal or destruction of metal or deterioration of metal through surrounding environment by chemical or electrochemical reaction, it is called as a corrosion. It's a clear? See here, there are some metals is there. So one these type of metal, either iron or copper or silver or magnesium or zinc, etc. Any metal you take or any alloys you take. Once in any metal or alloys, it undergo either chemical reaction or electrochemical reaction through the surrounding environment. There is a formation of these type of precipitates, it takes place. So whatever the green precipitate on the surface of copper metal, or another one is a yellow precipitate on the surface of yellow precipitate on the surface of the iron metal, or white precipitate on the surface of the silver metal formed, that precipitates indicates the loss of metal. So these type of process, it is called as a corrosion. Therefore, the term corrosion, it is defined as it is a destruction of the metals or loss of metals or alloys by the surrounding environment through chemical or electrochemical reaction called as corrosion. It's a clear? Now anyone tell me what is corrosion? What is corrosion?
Destruction of metals
Ah,
or alloys by the surrounding environment through chemical or electrochemical reactions.
so whatever the process involved in the loss of metal or alloys by the surrounding environment, either through chemical reaction or through electrochemical reaction, it is called as a corrosion. It's a clear? So this is one indicates the how corrosion it is observed. First we are getting ore naturally occurring substances in the form of oxide. Once whatever the ore it is obtained naturally, it is subjected for metallurgical process, it gives a metal. So that metal, it is thermodynamically unstable in nature, means it has ability to undergo further reaction. Therefore, once it is subjected for the environment, in the presence of air or oxygen and moisture, it undergo corrosion, where the loss of metal it takes place and it gives the corrosion product, means oxide layer. For example, if iron undergo corrosion, there is a formation of hydrated ferric oxide layer, it takes place. So that iron ferric oxide layer called as a corrosion product. Suppose a copper metal it undergo corrosion, there is a formation of cupric oxide layer takes place on the surface of the copper metal. So that cupric oxide it is called as a corrosion product. So generally the corrosion product means it is an oxide layer of that metal. It's a clear. So this is about first one, the definition of corrosion. So in which, so generally the corrosion of the metal it takes place either through chemical reaction or through electrochemical reaction. On the basis of the corrosion observed, the corrosion it is classified into two types. One is a dry corrosion, another one is a wet corrosion. First one is dry corrosion, second another one is wet corrosion. One is in a dry corrosion and another one is in a wet corrosion. These are the two types of corrosion observed when a metal is exposed to the surrounding environment. You take any metal, once it is exposed to the environment, it undergo corrosion in two ways, either in the dry corrosion or in the wet or electrochemical corrosion. So this dry corrosion, it is also called as a chemical corrosion. So in which, coming to the first one, dry corrosion. So the dry corrosion it is observed in absence of moisture. It observed in the presence of only dry oxygen. And it involves the direct attacks of chemicals on the metal surface. And the process is very slow. And here whatever the corrosion product formed at the site of corrosion, and the process of corrosion is uniform. For this one example, that is formation of aluminium oxide on silver metal or formation of zinc oxide on the surface of zinc metal, etc. These are the some examples for dry corrosion. So generally the dry corrosion it is observed in the presence of dry oxygen environment, means in the absence of moisture. Whatever the corrosion it takes place due to the chemical reaction between metal surface and dry oxygen in the environment, it is called as a dry corrosion. And this dry corrosion it involves the direct attack of chemicals or dry gases like a dry oxygen, dry carbon dioxide, hydrogen sulfide, sulfur oxide, nitrogen oxide, etc. Once these type of dry atmospheric gases, if it attacks the metal surface, that metal surface undergo chemical reaction with dry atmospheric gases, it will form the oxide layer. So these type of corrosion it is called as a dry corrosion. First one. For this one example, that is formation of silver chloride on the surface of the silver metal. Means if a dry chlorine gas it attack the silver metal, there is a formation of silver chloride precipitate takes place on the surface of the silver metal. So these type of corrosion it is called as a dry corrosion or chemical corrosion. First one. Coming to the second, another one type of corrosion, that is wet or electrochemical corrosion. So this wet or electrochemical corrosion, it is observed in the presence of conducting medium, means in the presence of both moisture and oxygen. There is a wet or electrochemical corrosion, it takes place. And it involves the formation of electrochemical cells, means it involves the formation of an anodic area and cathodic area on the surface of the metal. And this process was rapid process, it was in a fast, and corrosion occurs at anode but rust is deposited at cathode. And it depends on the size of the anodic part of the metal. For this one example, that is rusting of iron, means corrosion observed in an iron metal surface, it is an example for wet or electrochemical corrosion. So this is about first two types of corrosion observed in the environment when a metal exposed to the surrounding environment. So it clearly indicates that here the metal it undergo corrosion in two ways, either in dry chemical reaction or due to electrochemical reaction. So if it undergo corrosion in the presence of dry atmospheric gases through the chemical reaction, that is called as a dry corrosion or chemical corrosion. For that, one example, formation of silver chloride on silver metal. Second one is wet or electrochemical corrosion. If the corrosion of the metal it is observed in the presence of conducting medium through the electrochemical reaction. So electrochemical reaction means a reaction in which oxidation and reduction reaction it takes place. So that type of reaction called as an electrochemical reaction. In this case, whatever the loss of metal it takes place, that is called as a wet or electrochemical corrosion. For that, one example, that is rusting of iron. It's a clear the types of corrosion. Any doubt in these types of corrosion? Dry corrosion or chemical corrosion and wet or electrochemical corrosion. So in which
No, sir.
coming to the second one, wet or electrochemical corrosion. The wet or electrochemical corrosion, it is explained by using one theory called as an electrochemical theory. The electrochemical theory, it is used to explain the wet or electrochemical corrosion. So coming to that electrochemical theory, it is used to explain the used to explain the wet corrosion of the metal. For example, rusting of iron means how iron metal it undergo corrosion. It is explained by using an electrochemical theory. So now I am going to take one example for electrochemical theory, that is electrochemical theory of corrosion by taking iron as example. Because in your syllabus it is specifically mentioned electrochemical theory by taking iron as example. So in which first coming to the postulates involved in the electrochemical theory. So once iron metal or any metal it is exposed to the conducting medium, means in the presence of oxygen and in the presence of moisture, some portion of the metals behaves as anode, some portion of the metals behaves as cathode takes place. This is first one postulates. When any metal exposed to the conducting medium, means in the presence of oxygen and in the presence of moisture, there is a formation of some portion of anodic area, some portion of cathodic area it takes place, in which at the anodic region, oxidation reaction it takes place, metal it undergo corrosion. At the cathodic region, reduction reaction it takes place and the reaction is based on nature of the environment and metal it is unaffected from the corrosion. These are the four postulates of the electrochemical theory. First one, you take any metal, once it is exposed to the conducting medium, means in the presence of oxygen and another one is in a moisture, formation of some portion of anodic region and some portion of cathodic region it takes place, in which at the anodic region oxidation reaction it takes place, metal it undergo corrosion. At the cathodic region, a reduction reaction it takes place. It mainly depends on nature of the environment and it is unaffected from the corrosion. For example, see this is one iron metal. This iron metal it is exposed to the conducting medium. See this portion is an oxygen and this portion it is a moisture. Once it is exposed to this type of conducting medium, see this portion it acts as an anode and this portion it acts as a cathode it takes place, in which at the anode there is an oxidation reaction it takes place, At the cathode, there is a reduction reaction, it takes place. That reduction reaction, it mainly depends on nature of the environment. In which first, coming to the reactions observed at anodic region, at cathodic region. First, at the anodic region, so first one, at the anodic region, there is an oxidation reaction, it takes place, in which first, whatever the iron metal is there, these iron metal, it undergo oxidation reaction, it will form Fe2 plus ions with the liberation of 2 electron takes place. This is the oxidation reaction observed at the anodic region. See here, whatever the portion it acts as an anode, at this portion there is an oxidation of iron metal, it takes place. Therefore, whatever the iron metal is there, these iron metal converts into iron ions, Fe2 plus ions, with the liberation of electrons, it takes place. This is first one, anodic reaction, the reaction observed at the anode region. Coming to the second one, the reaction at the cathode region. So the cathodic reactions. See here, according to electrochemical theory, the cathodic reaction, it mainly depends on nature of the environment. It mainly depends on nature of environment, in which two types of environment is observed. Just a minute. Oh, sorry for the inconvenience. So first one, at the anodic region, oxidation reaction, it takes place. Means whatever the metal is there, it is converted into metal ion with the liberation of electrons. At the cathode, the reaction, it mainly based on nature of the environment. On the basis of the nature of the environment, the cathodic reaction, it takes place in the environment, not on the surface of the metal. Therefore, in which there is a two types of environment it is observed. First one is two types of nature of the environment is observed. First one is absence of oxygen. Absence of oxygen means in the environment there is no oxygen, only moisture is present. So in this time there are two cases. One is the medium is acidic in nature, acidic in nature. Second one is the medium is alkaline, alkaline or neutral in nature, alkaline or neutral in nature. These are the two cases in the absence of oxygen. At the anodic region, there is an oxidation reaction, it takes place, metal converted into metal ion with the liberation of electron. But at the cathodic region, the reaction is mainly depends on nature of the environment. It is observed in the environment. The reactions observed in the environment at the cathodic region. Therefore, here there are two types of environment is observed. One is absence of oxygen. Another one is presence of oxygen. In which first one, in the case of absence of oxygen, there are two cases. One is the medium is acidic in nature. Another one is medium is alkaline or neutral in nature. In which first, if the medium is acidic in nature, in which whatever the H plus ions are available in the environment, it gains the liberated electron, it is reduced to hydrogen, it takes place. Means there is a liberation of hydrogen, it takes place in absence of oxygen in acidic medium. If the medium is alkaline or neutral in nature, in which whatever the moisture is available in the environment, it gaining the liberated electron, it is reduced to hydroxyl ions with liberation of hydrogen takes place. This is first one, absence of oxygen in acidic medium and alkaline or neutral medium. Coming to the second, another one type of nature of environment, that is presence of oxygen. Means in the surrounding environment, both oxygen also present and another one is a moisture also present. In this case also, there are two. First one is medium is acidic in nature. The medium is acidic in nature. Or second one is medium is alkaline or neutral in nature. Alkaline or neutral in nature. These are the two cases in presence of oxygen. Acidic medium, alkaline or neutral medium. In which first one, coming to the presence of oxygen, the medium is acidic, in which whatever the H plus ions are available, these H plus ions undergo reaction with oxygen by gaining the liberated electron, it is reduced to moisture, it takes place. In which second one, the medium is alkaline or neutral, in which whatever the moisture is available, it absorbs the oxygen and gaining the liberated electron, it is reduced to hydroxyl ions with liberation of hydrogen takes place. Sorry, only there is a formation of hydroxyl ion, it takes place. So in which now whatever the Fe2 plus ions are liberated, that Fe2 plus ions liberated at anode reacts with hydroxyl ion liberated at cathode. There is a formation of iron hydroxide layer, it takes place initially. At the cathodic region, formation of iron hydroxide layer takes place, in which whatever the iron hydroxide layer it takes place, it is unstable in nature. Therefore, again, that iron hydroxide layer, it reacts with moisture and another one is an oxygen. There is a formation of hydrated ferric oxide layer, it takes place. This hydrated ferric oxide layer, it is called as a rust form of iron. In this way, when iron metal it is exposed to surrounding environment, it undergo corrosion. It's a clear? This is first one,
Yes,
the electrochemical theory by taking iron as example. In your exam for 7 marks, you will get one question. First question in model 2, that is define corrosion, explain electrochemical theory by taking iron as example. So once they will give question like this, first you need to write down a definition of corrosion, that is a destruction or loss of metal through surrounding environment by chemical or electrochemical reaction. Then coming to electrochemical theory, first you need to write down this diagram neatly. Then you need to write down three postulates. First one is when a metal exposed to surrounding environment, exposed to conducting medium, some portion of the metal behaves as anode, some portion of the metal behaves as cathode takes place, in which at the anodic region metal undergo oxidation, undergo corrosion. At the cathodic region metal undergo reduction unaffected from the corrosion. These postulates you need to write down. Then first you need to write down anode reaction, that is Fe gives rise to Fe2 plus 2 electron. Second one, you need to write down cathode reaction. First, you need to write down it mainly depends on nature of the environment. In the environment, there are two cases. One is absence of oxygen, another one is presence of oxygen. Here, absence of oxygen means in the environment, there is no moisture, only oxygen is present. Sorry, there is no oxygen, only moisture is present. If only moisture is present, then there are two cases. One is that moisture either is in acidic medium or alkaline or neutral medium. First one, suppose if it is acidic medium, there is a liberation of hydrogen, it takes place, means whatever the H plus ions available in the environment, it gaining the liberated electron at the anodic region, it will form H2. If it is alkaline or neutral medium, whatever the moisture available in the environment, it gaining the electrons, it is reduced to OH minus ions and H2. This is first one, in absence of oxygen in acidic and alkaline or neutral medium. Coming to second case, presence of oxygen. Here there are two cases. Presence of oxygen means both oxygen and moisture is present. In which also there are two cases. One is the medium is acidic, another one is it is alkaline or neutral. If medium is acidic, whatever the H plus ions available, it absorbs the oxygen, gaining the liberated electron, reduced to moisture. If the medium is alkaline or neutral, it absorbs the oxygen by gaining the electron, reduced to OH minus ions. Now, whatever the Fe2 plus ions liberated at anode, it reacts with hydroxyl ion liberated at cathode, formation of FeOH2 means iron hydroxide layer takes place initially. Whatever the iron hydroxide layer it is formed, this iron hydroxide layer, it is unstable in nature, means it has ability to undergo further reaction. Therefore, that iron hydroxide layer reacts with oxygen and moisture, formation of hydrated ferric oxide layer takes place. So, this hydrated ferric oxide layer indicates the rust